Hello world, Christina here. This week I had something else planned, but I felt like it was a little bit too serious for the week of Christmas. I know that everybody is getting busy for the holidays, so I figured I'd lay off of that and leave it for a week where more people can actually give it some attention and listen to what I have to say. So instead, I am on Tuesday. My video comes out tomorrow, so we're a little bit in a rush, but that's okay. I have an idea. So I wanted to keep doing scary stuff in my art, but I just haven't had a whole lot of opportunity. A lot of my ideas have been more on the family-friendly side. So what I was thinking about was I have seen a lot of these drawings where artists will make sexy Santas. So instead, I thought, like, why don't I make Santa scary? You know, there's a lot of scary elves and stuff like that out in the haunted attraction community right now. For those of you who don't know, I'm a haunted attraction nerd. It's very much what I'm passionate about, and I just haven't gotten a chance to really lean into it lately, so I was like, I'll make Santa scary. That's what I'll do. And then I realized that my idea was gonna take like 4 hours to draw. So instead, we're going to be drawing the scariest base that I could think of. So this week, we're going to start with how to draw a Furby, and then we're going to customize it. So let's get started. Let's go. All right. So in order to draw a Furby, basically you start with a rectangle and then you kind of make it rounder at the sides. And I started with the top because it's kind of a rounded triangle, basically. And then that's just the basic shape. You can give them little feetsies. They always have 3 toes. And then for the face of the Furby, basically you have 3 circles to start with. You've got 2 eyes and their little beak. And so that's what you want to start out with. All 3 of those circles should be about the same size. And then they always have a little kind of outline around their eyes. And as far as the ears go, they're very big and it's easy to make them a little bit curvier than you might want to. And so basically I just start with a kind of sloped top and then they come down and they're very wide at the base, and that's what makes them so big. And then moving on to making the actual outline, and if you're doing this in a more traditional style with markers and pens and actual paper, etc., you'll want the red to be in pencil and this part will be in whatever you want your outline to be. This part is a little embarrassing for me because I was drawing on the wrong layer, which meant that I had to do my outline twice. So that's what you'll see here, but it gives me a little more time to talk about it. So basically you just want to follow the shape that you've made for the Furby and make it a little bit messy. Give them a little bit of hair because they are fluffy little things. However, they have really short hair. So eventually when we get around to coloring this, you're going to want to make little strokes where the hair is. But that's for a later moment. In the meantime, you can see the only difference I really made here was that I gave the toes a little bit of a point because I wanted him to be a little bit scary, and they're supposed to be like bird things, I think. So they would probably have little points to their toes. I don't know, I took a little creative liberty there. As far as the eyes go, they're always a little bit sleepy, so you want to give them a little bit of a top eyelid, and their pupils and irises always meet with that top eyelid because they're super duper sleepy. And then with their beak, you can just basically draw a line in the middle of it, and that's because their mouths are always open. You can see I'm making things a little bit darker in places here. You don't really have to worry about that if you don't want to. And then moving on, here you're gonna see me start to do my digital drawing thing. This is called value painting, and I've talked about it in a lot of my past videos, basically I'm giving myself a base and then I'm making a clipping mask on top of that so that I can't color outside the lines, basically. And then I'm going to layer grayscale painting on top of that in order to give the Furby a little bit of a fluffy texture, basically. And then on top of that, I'll be layering colors on layers that are in overlay mode, which you can find in the blending options of Photoshop. And that'll basically just give me the freedom to make him whatever color I need to, and it'll take the texture from the grayscale layer and apply it to the color layer. Really cool stuff. You don't have to worry about it if you're just on pencil and paper. But for this guy, I decided to go with blue. I felt like he would be Santa, so he'd be cold, and blue seemed like a good color for that. As far as the eyes go, you can see me adjusting the shadows and its iris and doing some more advanced stuff there. But don't worry about it if you're not at that stage yet. It's not absolutely necessary. And then I give him a Santa hat and some boots, and I kind of just adjust how I think a Furby Santa would look. And you'll see me use a couple of different types of brushes. You can kind of play around with stuff like this to really customize whatever Furby you want to make. And I give him a little belt and a little Santa bag with all of his presents and stuff. And right towards the end here, I'm gonna give him a background. I tried to kind of make it look like a cookie kind of texture, like sugar cookies, but who knows if that came across or not. It doesn't matter as long as he has a background. And then I did something a little goofy with his eyes because he's supposed to be scary, right? And he's not scary right now. So I did what they did to the Grinch, basically, in the animated version of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I gave him red pupils with yellow whites, and that always scared me a lot as a kid. Thinking about it, I might do some Grinch artwork in the future, like even though Christmas will have passed by the time I get around to another video, I might do some scary Grinch artwork because that movie gave me nightmares because I had a very overactive imagination. But I digress. And you can see the finished product here. I think it went pretty well. I'm not gonna complain about it. It was a pretty quick drawing. This is a Furby Santa, the scariest Santa of all time. And if you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed how I explained kind of what I did here, feel free to leave a like, comment, please subscribe to the channel. All of that good stuff. If you could share this with your friends, that would be even better. And I encourage you to check out my Patreon too. I'm going to be posting a Grinch version of this Furby there. And if you subscribe, you can get all sorts of other cool perks. But yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I'll give you 300 experience points for this one, just because it was a little rushed. But I very much thank you for your time, and I really hope you enjoyed what you watched. Remember to give the video a little bit of love, and I will see you guys next Wednesday. Peace.